Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon everyone. So my name is Amira, one of the ophthalmologists in UPM. Actually, I just got to know I had to present. So my slides are really simple. Okay, so the first case. Okay, so these cases are really simple compared to the ones presented. So I have a 61-year-old gentleman with underlying diabetes, hypertension, and hyperlipidemia. So this was so the right eye was already done in September 2022. So he had an aspina put in. The others was he had no diabetic retinopathy changes, and for the left eye was a dense cataract. So for the right eye, he had this is a post-op eye, so he had a -1 still of 0.75, and the vision was 6.6, and the left eye was oh, sorry about that, but it's like hand movement lah, so the refraction tak dapat. So for sorry, I don't have any pictures for these patients, but essentially the anterior segment was normal. There was no pterygium or any scars, but the cataract for the left eye was a white cataract with a brown center. He had an uneventful surgery, so we put in aspina. The target refraction was -0.4, but post-op he had -3.5. And we repeated that again, and it was pretty consistent. So we took the measurement from the immersion, because the IL master reading was not accurate. This is just the IL master. This is the IL master for this patient. So he had this one done before, because he had the first eye surgery. So we had one with this, but this is the biometry that we used was this one, the IL master, the immersion. So kalau kita tengok, we target -0.4. Aspina of
You're using the SRKT?
Yes, SRKT.
So this is actually the left eye. The target is?
-0.4.
Okay. Ultrasound. So there's actually -0.4, the residual refractive target.
Yes. So can we look at the IL master?
Yeah. IL master on the left eye.
Yeah.
On the
So
left
this is 2022 punya IL master. And see there's a fovea here. So if we use this, kita masukkan 18 kan tadi kan? 19 kan? 19. So it's supposed to be, kalau tu pun jadi -0.84.
Okay, sorry. Can we go back to the ultrasound? Sorry, if you can, ultrasound. And what is the axilla in ultrasound?
22.84. 22.84.
22.84. Okay. 22.84. The difference is actually just 0.1.
Quite okay kan Paul?
0.1. And then so the lens I put in is actually 18, is it? Okay. What is the lens that you put in?
19.
19.
Yeah.
And this is based on the immersion.
Yeah, it's based on the latest one, which is the immersion.
19.
So this is May 2023. So 19 minus 0.4. And because we have one IL master, so I just come to check, and it should be okay lah, the 19.
So if let's say we took the IL master, using SRKT, is that correct? The
This one should be
because
Barrett.
it's all Barrett's, yeah.
This is Barrett kan?
Okay. So,
So this
we wouldn't
is-
know. So Barrett's would say that 80.5.
So if I was to put in a 19, then it will be minus 0.84, which is still okay, not so bad.
Okay.
But I got a,
Okay, and then
Minus
after all, you
3.5.
got this.
yeah,
Mm.
the patient tak complain lah, tapi tak best lah kan.
Yeah. Okay. So meaning that now, how do we? I mean, not how to deal with this, but how can we get this particular result? Okay. Okay. All right. So is this when you do? I'm sure that you have done using a lot with SV now, and usually you have no problem with SV.
Yeah, I rarely get this kind of.
This is 6 weeks.
Yeah, so this is the first one is at 6 weeks and the second one is at 10 weeks. I repeated it again.
Okay. Okay. So examination reveal everything is okay.
Yeah, anterior segment is essentially
Entrance is
normal.
okay. Posterior looks okay.
Yeah, no DR.
Okay.
Post-operatively, no DR changes.
When you look at the positions of the lens, do you think your lens is actually nicely at the back or does it push a bit forward? And the reason why we always ask that because sometimes there is viscoelastic steel actually at the back which push forward the IOL. So it push it actually further to the front, and then you have that myopic shape. But when you look at it, there's no issue there.
Yeah, I don't remember any issues with the position of the lens.
Yeah.
But if there was visco, would it cause a shift like sort of like E3 diopter shift?
It is bearable. That one is bearable. But now it's a bit mind-boggling because because you don't eat that mayo, but it's actually shifted to that mayo. So when you look at that, and then there's no problem with the astig. So the astig doesn't give any issue. So it's only that hyperopic, so the myopic shift that you have. And then rarely we have this unless certain thing that actually happens. So one of the things that we actually look at usually in cases like this, then we do the IOL master again to look at all the parameters in terms of axial length. That's one. But more importantly, we are looking at the AC depth. The AC depth will be increased, but you want to know how much increase compared to the left on the right eye, on the left eye. Can it be like the positions of the lens as well? The good thing about IOL 700, you'll be able to see the positions of the lens from the back of the cornea to the lens itself. So if it's actually you do the same thing with both eyes, they should be actually at the same level distance in both of them. When people actually ask us to review, and we say just send everything to us with that, then we try to postulate where went wrong on that. I don't think it's anything to do with the formula. It doesn't matter which formula because it's actually within the range of normal axial length. The only thing that post-refractive surprises is not nice because you don't know where is actually the issue. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Bob.
Thank you. So if this is in your result, it will be under outlier. It will not be under the your predicted normal one.
Okay.
So it will be outlier. So we will usually look at where went wrong on this. Yeah.
I just have one more.
Sure.
So I have a 63-year-old gentleman with the usual underlying diabetes, hypertension, and hyperlipidemia. So this is the refraction preoperatively. So it's -3 myope, astig 0.5, very similar both eyes. So actually he had a really dense ASCC and dense PSCC for the right eye. So the fundus was normal. He is retired government servant and he really wanted to be a metrope. So and because we are really junior surgeons in UPM, so we don't do multifocal. So I really wanted a multifocal, but we don't offer multifocal. So I gave him EMV. it was an uneventful surgery. I aimed minus 0.3, but I got minus 1.5. And this was using an immersion because the IR master was not reliable. So this is the biometry that I used. This is the ray one. Tak nampak. I also cannot see it.
Hang on, we try to unlock it. Yeah.
Okay. So tadi it was 18.5. 18.5 minus 0.63. So excellent 24.03 here. And it was not.
So you just 18 before, but you're aiming minus 0.3, right?
17 eh? Sekejap
What?
boleh tak patah balik sekejap. Zoom out sekejap. This is the right eye. Right eye 18.
18 minus 0.3.
18. Yeah. Yeah, 18. So I aim for minus 0.3 here. So it was because I have a hyperopic shift, so that's why I choose this one. But then I got minus 1.5. So this is the first eye. So he's happy that his vision is clearer, but he was not really happy because he still needed glasses essentially because there was a bit of power there. So I did the left eye. But this time the left eye we could get the reading from the IR master. And for the IR master, press skip. Yeah, so it was so this one. And then, so with that, I got minus 0.75 for the left eye. So, but I just want to ask, because the first eye, there was a really dense ASTC, so I couldn't get an IR master reading, and then I got the shift, the myopic shift. So I really don't know because the patients there are very fussy, although they are, they don't want to go private, but they are very fussy.
Yeah.
So I really don't know, they are very frustrated.
And he's not happy?
He is happy.
He should.
Happy.
He should be happy.
Yeah.
Because this is actually monovision. He should be happy.
Yeah.
Even though you don't aim for it, that is actually a monovision. If a patient come to me and unable to actually afford premium IOL, or I'm worried for some reason to give premium IOL, I do a monovision. There are patients that even they can afford, I said I'm not going to do premium IOL on you because you net a lot, but cannot do that, cannot do this, blah 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 blah. At least I say I do monovision, you're not happy, I do LASIK. So now in this case, this patient actually
Send to you, bro.
Yeah, this patient have a monovision. Actually, this patient be able to actually read something, at least at 56, yes.
Because the first eye is blur at distance, meaning that
Yeah.
the monovision, they would suggest us to do like
Dominant eye.
yes,
The
and
first eye
also the
dominant.
first eye should be like 6.
How do you know the first eye dominant eye?
Tak tahu. The ray one rep tu dia kata if you want to do monovision, you do the first eye, which is the dominant eye, and make sure that it's electrode lah, the
Yeah.
6.
So the problem is that particular person never do the cataract surgery. Kalau patient dah had movement, they wouldn't know that it's actually dominant or not. In cataract, it's not like in LASIK, or less exchange, that you need to see dominancy. In cataract, to ask any surgeon, you don't know the cataract. hand movement, 660, 624. They just actually see which one is better. The only thing is, in this case, the first eye is not plano. You got here. The second eye is actually plano. Now, by rights, this patient should be happy because that is the best thing that you can get in monovision, right? So at the moment, if we complain about it as well, you can't do anything else on this. This is actually what some people actually ask us to do, the monovision. So whether this is actually the right eye is actually the dominant eye, you wouldn't know. You cannot test anyway. This is a vision without, you wouldn't know. It's just that you don't win. The question is now, even this is, to me, this is a good result in terms of that, in terms of patient being able to see near well, not well, but relatively okay. The question is, why do you end up like this? Can you go back to your A scan? Okay. In this A scan on the right eye, right? There's a few things that I'm worried about in this A scan. Because the first eye is the right eye. Can you enlarge the echography? Yeah. The reason why I worry about this A scan because there's a lot of noise in the vitreous, which actually the dynamic range here need to be adjusted. Because if not, you do not know whether whether you truly have a good that so-called axial length, because you can highlight it. So and that's why we look at echograph. And this looking at this lens, this is actually quite a thick lens. 4.8. Is that correct when you're doing it? Look at the IOL master. Because the IOL master, we have IOL master because when you have a big lens, sometimes you can't predict. If you look at this, it's not that bad. It's about 3.18, but this is fakey again. Fakey. Not bad, 3.18. But if you look at the immersion just now, the lens thickness at least 4 point something there. Can you see that? You're not mistaken. Just look at that. Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, this is a. Okay. So usually when I have a lens that big, I say okay, we see how your lens settle on that. Usually you settle because sometimes with a big bag, it can settle a bit not to the position that you want.
So the
But especially it's not high myop.
The effective lens position is a bit harder to predict if the
If let's say that the lens is big,
because
like
the
just now
bag
6, that is actually difficult to predict. You hope you will actually stay there. Because it depends on, again, you're using Barrett's.
This one is sorry.
The
Second eye, because I use eye.
Barrett's, yeah. So that's to show you, Barrett's SRKT is only take the cornea and the axial line. So you don't know whether it's actually as good as Barrett's in terms of including the lens thickness. So then we don't know whether this lens thickness is correct or not, the other way. So that's actually, I think, why you get a good results in the other eye, because you're able to get the, using Barrett's and with optical biometer. And with this, it's a bit difficult. Yeah.
So Prof, can you just explain again?
You know that you can use ultrasound to actually calculate in Barrett's as well. You have to change the A constant.
Change the A constant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just make it, make it more, make it less than 0.3, because the optical biometer go more 0.3, so it has to be shorter than that. So you can change the A constant. That's what we do before. When we actually, for example, when we start using all new lenses in the dense cataract, the company will say that you have to change the A constant if you use Barrett's. So you can still use, but you have to change the A constant.
In the machine.
Yeah. I'm not sure whether in the machine, but you always use an APS-CRS. Yeah. Okay. But I'm not sure why this patient is not happy, because it got the monovision.
Yeah, very fuzzy vision.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Civil servant.
Yes. So besar. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Yes. Okay. Read more. This lens, ray 1. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because of the design of the lens, right?
Mm-hmm.
You track the
Yeah, that's why I say any type of haptic type, this is including SP9 as well. That's why I said, I mean, if you look at the haptic, they could have the capsular distension syndrome. That's why the first thing I asked, because I really want, have you looked at the capsule? Because that usually the issue that we have, you know. And if you do YAG, you don't do YAG early, but if you do it like later, sometimes when you actually fire that YAG, all of a sudden it bursts, like you have this cloud. So what was that? That is actually a trapped viscoelastic. You know, a trapped viscoelastic. Usually it happens in the plate haptic. When plate haptic, you really have that. You have that because you do YAG, and then it's just like this burst whitish thing. You know, somebody actually called me what's going on and said nothing, it's just the viscoelastic that keep track. And people say that viscoelastic can disappear within 3 days. No, that's not true. You know, you see that. Yeah, yeah. Okay, if you trap enough viscoelastic, you would know. Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
So at some point, I was wondering whether you could tell us a little bit about the kappa angle significance.
Oh, sure.
You talked about the Chang Wing chord last time.
Yeah.
And after that, the kappa angle.
Sure.
So arbitrarily, we just keep some figure like 0.3 and below, it's fine. So
Sure. We will address that. You want us to address now?
later, whatever.
Okay, we just put there in our to-do list, yeah? We'll do it, yeah. Thank you. Yes, no question.
the A constant is number. How to change the A constant?
Okay, first and foremost, get the company involved, because if not, then, you know, because once you get them involved, they have to recheck. And we know how to do it manually, because remember that you have the difference of 0.3, right? And usually they just play with that 0.3. And let's say it is 118.3 for optical, it becomes 118.0 for the ultrasound. And even though we know how to do it, but you need to ask back to the company, get them involved. You know, they usually be able to do that. All right. Okay. Is Christina here? Someone got Okay, so ask Christina to be prepared with Chang